Caitlin Clark received 17% of the WNBA's flagrant fouls this season, and 80% of those flagrant fouls were committed by the Chicago Sky against Caitlin Clark League. And that's what a lot of players and coaches said about Caitlin Clark and about the rookie class coming into the league, is that that was going to be something that they would need to adjust to. They would need to adjust to the physicality of this league. So there have been cheap shots, there have been hard fouls, there have been other plays that haven't even been called flagrant fouls. But when you have the face of your league getting nearly 20% of all flagrant fouls called against her, that is an issue.
Did you watch the WNBA game when the referees appeared to be biased against Caitlin Clark? The fans are going crazy, accusing the league of allowing its best star to be treated unfairly, and they might be right. Let's discuss the significance of this and our options. Imagine this: the intensity of the Sun versus Fever playoffs is extremely high. The crowd is going crazy as Clark drives to the hoop with the defenders all on her. She goes up for the shot, and then there's no whistle and definite contact. Clark is staring at the referees as if they're serious, but there's no call. It seems as though they left their whistles in the locker room or something. But hold on, things are going to get worse. We'll examine why fans are furious, what this means for the WNBA, and how to clean up this mess. You won't believe some of the things that are happening, I promise. The league has a problem, and before we move on, I would want to ask you a tiny favor. Please take a moment to like this video if you enjoy this content, and subscribe to the channel. More than 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing, and it costs nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. Okay, so let's get back to the video. You may think you've seen irate sports fans before, but this is on a whole new level. Caitlin Clark's fans are so enraged that they're prepared to storm WNBA headquarters. What's got them so fired up that people are saying it could ruin women's basketball? Picture your Facebook groups becoming virtual war rooms, your Instagram flooded with angry reaction videos, and your Twitter feed exploding with all caps rants.
Superstars are going to get a special whistle, and they should get a special whistle, protecting their one superstar who brought in more eyeballs than anyone else has ever done in the league. She should have a special whistle. Calls like this should be made, should be reviewed, because at the end of the day, it's not just the sport, it's the entertainment of the sport, and you need to protect your superstars, and the WNBA has not done well this entire season.
That's what's going on right now in the WNBA fandom. Fans are going crazy over the officiating in these playoff games, and it's not just a few die-hard fans. We're talking about a full-blown fan revolt. What's the deal, and why are people so angry? It all comes down to how the referees are handling the league's biggest stars, particularly Caitlin Clark, who is being pushed, shoved, and knocked around without any calls. Every time she drives to the hoop, it seems like the referees take a coffee break. One supporter put it this way: if the game isn't declared fair, we can't win. People are furious because they believe the WNBA isn't protecting its most prized assets, the players who put their asses in seats and their eyes on screens. But this is where it gets really crazy. The opinion reverberating over social media right now is that the league should be embarrassed of itself. Fans claim that this referee drama is endangering the WNBA's entire future because it will hinder the league's growth if elite players like Clark are unable to display their abilities because they are being roughed up without facing any repercussions. What's even more absurd is that some fans believe this mess could destroy the league's viewership for the remainder of the playoffs, asking why anyone would watch if the games aren't fair. The league seems to be shooting itself in the foot at a time when it ought to be commemorating its greatest achievements.
I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say that I do think that this was a basketball play, but I think it was a careless basketball play. I wouldn't go as far to say that I think Dejanay Carrington poked her in the eye on purpose. A lot of people are also saying that the WNBA needs to overhaul the referees, that they have just been absolutely awful this season. However, I do think that she was reckless when she was going for the steal. She didn't care where her hand landed.
Fans feel that the WNBA is not doing its most basic duty of ensuring that the games are fair and that the stars can shine, and this is causing the ire to reach nuclear proportions. They're afraid that this could have long-term consequences for player careers and fan allegiance. They're not just upset about bad decisions. If you are a WNBA rising star and you observe how Clark is treated, What does that say about your future fans? They are concerned that this might deter future players from ever wanting to play in the league, and the devoted fans who have been with the WNBA from the beginning feel deceived, believing that all of their support is in vain. What if I told you that this referee drama is like a ticking time bomb for the entire WNBA? Some fans claim it's revealing a problem so serious it could permanently alter women's basketball. Let's discuss why this is so important. It goes beyond a few bad calls in a single game. This officiating mess is endangering player careers, game results, and the league's reputation as a whole. How are professional athletes expected to shine if they are unable to display their abilities because they are being roughed up with no repercussions?
Not calling some of these fouls and not cracking down on some of these cheap shots and hard fouls that are so excessive, not only against Caitlin Clark, but against other players as well. People to be more excited in players other than Caitlin Clark. People want to see a fast-paced, high-scoring, long-range shooting game from these women. People should know right off the bat, it shouldn't be the first round of the playoffs that players think that they can still do this kind of thing to Caitlin Clark, to Angel Reese.
This is where things get really crazy. Some fans are bringing up racial dynamics in the entire controversy, claiming that Clark's lack of protection may be due to the fact that she is a white player in a league that is primarily black. It's like trying to play basketball with one hand tied behind your back. Although it's a delicate subject, we're not here to pass judgment. Rather, we're just trying to inform you of what others are saying and what's more bizarre. The way the WNBA and NBA approach officiating is very different. In the NBA, they treat their stars like gold, but in the WNBA, it seems like they have forgotten their biggest star even exists. Fans are baffled as to why the WNBA is unable to understand what the NBA has understood for years. Fans are demanding that WNBA Commissioner Cathy Engelbert leave the league because of all this controversy, which is forcing people to critically examine the league's leadership. They claim that she has made a huge mistake in handling this officiating issue. One fan put it this way: a true commissioner would not have allowed it to come to this point where you have to make evasive remarks. Oh, that must hurt, but here's the thing. Perhaps the WNBA needs a change at the top. Fans are hoping for a time when the league will have capable leadership and these issues won't exist. People are wondering about the future of the WNBA if the league can't get its act together on something as basic as fair officiating. Fester is hoping that someone will step up to protect the players and ensure that the games are fair. It's as if they're saying, give us a commissioner who actually cares about the sport. Fans fear that this would turn off fresh talent, drive away viewers, and destroy the momentum the WNBA has been gaining. Just when you thought the league was in serious trouble, there's a crazy turn of events. Some fans have come up with brilliant ideas that could save the entire league, and the best part is that the solutions are right in front of us. Let's talk about how we can fix this mess. Some of these ideas are so simple that they're mind-blowing, but the WNBA hasn't tried them yet. Let's start by considering switching to a best-of-5 playoff format. Imagine this: more games, more opportunities for stars to shine, and less pressure on referees to make flawless calls every time. It's like giving the league a do-over button, but that's just the beginning. What if we provided referees with more advanced training than simply the fundamentals? We're talking about educating them how to recognize the sneaky fouls, comprehend player actions, and make split-second decisions like pros. Comparable to switching from a flip phone to the newest smartphone, everything works better all of a sudden. This is where things start to become very interesting. What if the WNBA disclosed their decision-making process for officiating? Transparency is crucial, people. For example, following each game, we receive an explanation of the major decisions, their rationale, the referee's observations, and other positive information. It's similar to revealing a magic show's backstage. You appreciate it even more if you understand how it operates, and let's not overlook the importance of preserving the stars. The WNBA must take action to ensure that players like Caitlin Clark can perform without being harassed. This isn't about giving the best players preferential treatment. Rather, it's about allowing them to play at their highest level. Imagine how thrilling games would be if the stars could truly let loose. Even more absurdly, these changes could turn the league around because more fans would watch if they knew they were getting the WNBA would be sitting pretty with happier fans, better games, and a brighter future if there were fair, exciting games where players felt more confident showcasing their skills. However, the problem is that we can't just sit back and hope the league works this out on its own. We need to make some noise. If you're passionate about improving the WNBA, there are things you can do right now. Participate in the online campaigns advocating for improved officiating. Boost the league's social media presence. We love the WNBA, but if we want things to improve, we need to speak up. Share this video with other fans and let the league know that we want change. All right, let's wrap this up. We've seen the ref drama, the fans going crazy, and some incredible ideas to fix this mess. But the truth is that we can't just sit back and hope the WNBA figures it out. We need to step up and make our voices heard. Check out their social media accounts. Please sign those petitions. Make some noise together. If we can resolve these problems, women's basketball will have an incredible future. We can also make the WNBA even more amazing. It's going to be a completely different game, and I'm excited to see it. There will be more fans, better games, and stars like Caitlin Clark truly showcasing their abilities.